I don't know. It's really awkward. Tell me when it's up again. I feel bad for your 300, 400 subscribers. No, you want to do the tutorial. It introduces everything. It's really cool. It has its own little story. It's not like, press X to do whatever. They organically introduce you into everything. Oh, are you talking about the... No. You do new game, and then you do the tutorial. You're, like, doing the tutorial on the main menu, aren't you? I'm sorry. Well, I couldn't see it. The live stream thing. I can see it now, though. Black Guy McGee. Stalingradia? Okay. Oh. Easy is probably better. Whatever. I play on easy. I don't give a fuck. The AI is so good in this game that I feel like I have to play on easy. Because they play, like, literally almost perfectly. It's kind of frustrating, to be honest. So you can move by holding down the mouse button or just clicking once to your destination? On the bottom of the screen, press F5 to quick save. Oh god, you're still salvaging. You can generally salvage like 3 times, and then diminishing returns and accidents go up too high. I don't know. I haven't played this tutorial in a while. Oh, Pirate Fleet. Shit, I didn't actually know you could quick save in this game. I've been manually saving the whole time. fuck me. You just click on the ships and hit deploy. Or you can hit deploy all. You decided to play as a fucking freighter instead of a combat skiff or whatever. But obviously the baby level enemies are easy to kill. You click on them, and then you click where you want them to go. Oh, I should be more specific with that. You click on them, and then you right-click. My bad. That was my fault. I don't know why you give a shit about the command screen, though. Did the tutorial tell you to open it up? Oh, just hit tab to get out of it then. It's more useful when you have a lot more ships, or you want to focus down an enemy. So, I guess I'll explain Flux. Flux is basically like, you can click on the ship to shoot it, by the way. So Flux is kind of like heat, and if you have 0 Flux, you get like a 0 point Flux bonus thing, and it lets you move faster. So you can catch up with people if they're like shooting at you and you're not shooting at them. Sorry? Okay, and when you have your shield up, you always generate a little bit of flux, so you get rid of that bonus you would have. And how flux works is, if you're shooting an enemy, whatever, it'll go up. If it gets too high, like your guns will shoot at a reduced rate. And when you have your shield up and your shield takes damage, you generate hard flux, which can't be dissipated unless you lower your shields. If your flux hits 100 hard flux, i.e. you keep your shields up under fire too long, your systems will overload, and that'll disable your ability to do anything for a couple seconds. And if you hit V, you can vent all of your flux, and it'll very quickly dissipate all the flux you have at twice the normal rate. But kind of like getting overloaded, it prevents your ability to do anything but move. So it's kind of like a heat management mechanic. Oh, you have slightly more fuel than you can carry. So, some ways to move your inventory. You already found out control click, so good on you. Control click is one of the better things. If you look at your fuel, you can see that there's slightly red at the very edge of it. And if you just hold control on something you have too much of, it'll just move as little as you need to free up inventory space. So that's helpful if you like get very little on fuel. You can just control click your fuel and it'll move over like the 3 fuel or whatever. And if you hold down shift on something and move your mouse, it'll like give you a more precise number thing. Combat readiness is kind of like system strain. At the beginning of a fight, assuming you have full combat and readiness, your ship will operate at peak capacity or even better than peak capacity. But as the fight goes on longer and longer, combat readiness starts to degrade. And when it gets too low, your ship will start suffering malfunctions. And if it gets really, really low, your ship will start suffering major malfunctions, like weapons will start going permanently offline. Your engines will start randomly cutting out, and you'll have minor explosions that'll damage the ship. So that's an explanation of what combat readiness is. They style it as like, oh, the ship isn't meant to be running at full power for this long or whatever. They have a whole bunch of like in-game explanations for it. It's pretty fun. I like it. Oh, I see you're changing the weapons on your ships. After you're done that, you want to go to weapon groups. Oh, okay. Yeah, otherwise it's a complete pain in the ass. They're like undoable with weapon groups. And auto generally does a really good job. It'll put your main weapons on weapon slot 1, it'll put missiles on weapon slot 2, and it'll put your point defenses on weapon slot 3 and set them to auto fire. Oh, yours isn't so great though, but whatever. Yeah, and if you do in-space refits, you're probably noticing it's wrecking your combat readiness. Because you're shuffling around all their systems and whatever. What? Oh, yeah. You didn't die though, it's just your engine's cut out and your weapons move. Yeah. That's what happens. You can actually permanently have half your engines cut offline. I had to deal with that once. It was such a fucking pain in the ass. I felt like I ran a marathon after I won the fight. It was ridiculous. What? I don't know. I would just follow the tutorial. You're kind of just messing around in the ship refit screen. Oh, capacitors and vents. Capacitors increase maximum flux. Vents increase the amount you move out. Or are you looking at hull features? Hull features let you add like new things to your ship to customize it. Safety overrides is a I had too much fun and kicked out my internet cable or something. Sorry about that, Van. I should probably calm down and stop kicking at the wires under my feet. This guy. I'm booting everything back up now. You're a smart guy, though. I'm sure you could figure this stuff out on your own. You've probably been going for... I see now you're saving. You've probably been going for a bit now. Do you prefer the ship heading in combat with the mouse or with the keys? With the mouse? Really? Wow, you're gonna... I can't wait till you get your hands on a phase ship then, because I can't really use those with the keyboard, and they're stupid good. Have you run into any of those yet? They look like they move around like 20 times faster than you do? Oh, okay. Phase ships are like, instead of having a shield, they like phase out of existence, and they slow down times. They like move. They don't. Yeah, they slow down time. Everything moves like 3 times slower, and they don't have like any collision with anything in the world, so they can move through ships and move through bullets and anything, and then they can reappear. So what you do is with them is you phase, and then you just appear right behind them at their engines and you shoot them, but it's really hard to turn using the keyboard to do that. So I have the AI do it for me. Sustained burn is how you want to move around most of the time. Emergency burn is if you need to get away from a fight, because it lowers your combat readiness. Oh, he's going for it. Ballsy guy. No combat ships whatsoever, and he's going to try and get him. Oh, if you hit F1 on your ship, by the way, I don't actually remember what special ability you have. But all ships have a special ability that they can access by hitting F. Yours is probably pop flares or something. But some other ones are more interesting, like triple the rate of fire for your ballistic weapons and stuff like that. So you can just hit tab to get out of that? Oh, okay. Transfer command's kind of fun. You shoot out like a life pod, and you gotta go over to the other ship and land in it. So like if one of your ships gets destroyed, you'll see your life pod shoot out of the remains of it to fly into the other ship to command. It's quite fun. Oh, if you give orders, you'll open up the command frequency or whatever, and that'll let you give out free orders. But then after you close the command window, you lose that. So it acts on like a limit of how many precise orders you can give. So as you level up, you can give more command things. Yeah. So if you're a little babby, you can't micromanage your entire army right off the start. And you can't actually set every single weapon you have to auto-fire if you just want to play I drive around and the AI shoots things for me. It's a little awkward though, because they won't shoot outside of their range. You know how they kind of like trail off after the thing? Yeah. So if you saw that guy with the purple everywhere, that's venting. That's how you get rid of excess flux really fast. Way to go, guy. If you also want, you can do a little narrative event. It's kind of like a solo thing by going to missions. It'll give you a ship. It'll tell you a story of why you're fighting this guy, and like, oh, I was hired to protect these guys for about. There's a whole bunch of them. They're like little challenges. Spice Marines. Oh, and then it tells you about overloading in the tooltip. Oh, you can pause and unpause with spacebar. Forgot. Oh, you figured that out? Okay. You can also use numpad to go through those choices. The game has very accessible hotkeys. Like R and G are literally fucking right next to each other. I love it. This guy clearly put a lot of thought into his hotkeys. Not one bad event. This guy. Yard har diggity dar. That one probably has a good. Oh, I think hit F. Does that one have the mini phase skimmer? Yeah, okay. If it's a mini one though, you should still have normal shields. This fucking guy's just walking up to him and getting melted. Oh, he got his engines though. You can hit escape, but if you wait around a second, it gets you out anyways. So it's not too big a deal. I don't even know why he cares about all this shit. He's doing the damn tutorial. Gotta be micromanaging my inventory. Ooh. Oh, you have 4 character points? So to unlock the ability to actually put points into it, you gotta go to the 3 bars. Okay. Alright. Okay. I guess I'll go through them. Industry is make a lot of money and have like a scrap fleet, because it gives you chances to recover ships. Technology is kind of like quality of life and bonuses to your entire fleet, and some cool shit. Leadership is if you want to have a lot of officers, issue a lot of commands, and command a carrier. And combat is just you want to kick ass in your tin can. Combat has some ridiculously good ones. Oh god, did you break it by going ahead? Let's see, if you get out, does it continue? Yeah, it does continue, okay. A tight beam communication from the you fucker! I didn't get to. God damn it! It's a cool little story. The game has a really interesting world. It's like everyone went through these gates from like this big city or whatever, and they were like these gates that they found that let them expand out through all the stars or whatever. And then one day they just stopped fucking working. So everybody got screwed if they went through one, and they're like stuck in this lawless shithole with no resources. Oh, that's what happens in Eve? Oh, that's neat. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff that people don't even know how to make anymore because they've been separated from them. Oh, they're talking. God damn it! You gotta read that. It tells you about fleet transponders. Oh, you have? Okay. Well, I wasn't around for that. Oh, by the way, flying into the sun is very healthy for your ships. Oh, no problem, Vampwood. I'm having too much fun to give a shit about anything. I'm doing Whoa. So markets sell supplies, guns, crew members, hull mods, stuff. And then there's also the black market where you don't have to pay taxes, and they also have access to some illegal goods. But it can be a little tricky if they catch you. They won't catch you while you're trading, but once you get out, you may get submitted to cargo scans and stuff. And if they find you with illegal goods, they won't like that too much, and they'll confiscate it. Assuming you let them, of course. You can always tell them to fuck off and try and run away from them, but then they'll chase you down and try and beat the shit out of you. You can ditch all those metal sheets now. Those aren't good for anything. You can keep the heavy machinery if you want to salvage stuff, though. But the metal is just a trade good. It does nothing for you. No tariffs. Oh, energy weapons are special. They're good against everything. They have really good flux ratios, so they don't use up too much energy. They're very decent. And they do good damage. But in exchange for being good at basically everything, they have pretty short ranges, and if you shoot a shield with an energy weapon, or a beam weapon, I don't know if it's energy or beam, I can't remember, it doesn't generate hard flux, it only generates soft flux, so they can actually dissipate that while their shields are still up. As just like a rule of thumb, there are some differences to this. Ballistic weapons are good against shields, and explosives are good against armor. But there are... sometimes that's not always the case. This guy, none of this shit matters! Stop looking at the fucking story, you're just gonna do the tutorial. You don't even know what you're doing yet. Fucking killing me. Now you gotta go to the pirate base. Or where was it? If you hit tab, it'll bring up the map. Unfortunately, you can't use Go Dark and Sustained whatever engines at the same time. But it's lame though. You gotta go super slow. It's their scanner range, so yeah, it's guaranteed. I don't know, maybe not. Oh, active. I guess you could just run in there and maybe emergency. Oh, now he's searching for you. So because he's scanner pulsed, he's going to be looking for you now. Now he's going to get away from it. So you should be able to go over and get to it. Unless he returns. Yeah, you can if you do emergency engines or whatever. I forget what it's called. Emergency burn. Oh, lol, get wrecked. Yeah, trying to play the market. The port concourse is filled with scarred hull. Oh, never mind. Scarred hulls underlit by the flicker of ID chips being lasered off cargo containers. Pirate crews swagger and pack. God, you keep moving past it. I can't do it. Oh, your missiles. You didn't even use those last fight. Forgot about those. Salamander's actually pretty good. It tries to get behind a ship and hit our engines. If you want to, there's a tab to, yeah. Got him! Oh god. Oh wow, sustained burn right as he's about to catch you. Oh, you better hope they don't cargo scan you then. Also, your transmitter is still off. Oh, they're tracking you. Oh, I guess that worked. Is there a problem, officer? Yeah, that's their copy protection. It doesn't actually do anything, but it's just there. And sometimes it'll tell you, if you enjoy playing this game, please support the makers of it. So that's kind of cool. So you can't sell your handguns in the open market because they're illegal. So you got to go to the black market to sell them. Did the price go up in the small amount of time you were gone? I mean, you can sell. wonder if you're actually gonna lose so many resources that you're gonna die because of that. Just from the fuel thing. Because normally you would be using like 0.7 resources, but because you're massively over your fuel amount, you're using 2.8. You can just quick load to go right back to the planet and sell it. Or you can just jettison it. No, just quick load. Didn't you quick save? I think it's F9. Oh god, now he's looking at the thing again. And then your scan ability is 3. That'll like, all your ships will link up their sensors and then kill their engines. And then it'll send out a big scan. What do the guys say? I wasn't reading it. This guy. So you gotta scan around the asteroid belts then. Does it show you anything on your objectives under like intel or anything? Outside the orbit of Pontus. Okay, so just find out where Pontus is. Okay, then it's somewhere around there. As he scans, nowhere near it. Oh, there you go. So it's going to be in its ring somewhere. Or maybe it's over there. That would be really awkward. That's nowhere fucking close. Is it actually there? That's insane. It's not moving. Wow, it actually is. What the fuck? Oh, and if you hit 2 now, you'll switch to your missiles. These guys don't have shields, so the missiles will fuck them up. There's a limited amount of them you can have. You probably have pretty good missiles because you bought them, so you only have a few. You don't have the salvage ability. You're just gonna have to gun it down to get the AI core that way. The AI cores have really cool descriptions. As he like hovers over it for half a second. They're really cool. Like level 1 AI cores or gamma cores are like super calculators or whatever. Beta cores, well, like they can convincingly lie and things like that. And then alpha cores, like the super awesome ones, are like they can appear to form like complex emotional bonds with people and stuff like that. Tiers of intelligence they have. And they're worth a shitload. You would always want to sell in the black market with metal. What do you mean? That gets you flagged as a smuggler, and you'll get checked more often in hull searches. It's mainly buying from black markets that is the trouble. I find selling to them generally doesn't have anything too bad. Although if you sell too much to a black market, you end up destabilizing the market. And if the market isn't stable, everything is cheaper to buy and everything is cheaper to sell. So like if you just keep selling stuff there, you won't get too much more money. This part's fun. You go over to the shipyard and you just grab every piece of shit ship you can find. I think you actually get one destroyer too. I can't remember. The hammerhead is awesome, but you can't afford it. And if it has a little D in the name, that means it's a defective hull or whatever. You'll have to pay to repair it. But it's a bit cheaper. So this one has flares as its special ability. So the Buffalo is like a repurposed freighter. Okay. From what little I could read. The Enforcer's pretty good. I've played with those. I've gotten my ass reamed by one of them that was commanded by a boss pirate. Unfortunately, though, you bought a slightly defective one. Degraded engines, compromised armor, and a faulty power grid. This guy. Do you even have enough money to outfit that? Guy. You can just, they're gonna explain later, but I think you can, oh no, you need money for that. You can mothball that, so it's not too big a deal. They're gonna go over all the ship maintenance mechanics when you get it to the graveyard. Selling all those guns instead of just throwing them on that ship you just bought. Even if they're garbo. This fucking guy's trying to micromanage it instead of just slapping on everything he has. There you go, you have point defense and some missiles. It's because you bought a new one, so they're getting it up to speed on combat. So you notice your combat readiness is only at 62%. You'll notice that when you get some more ships from this graveyard too. But once they get it up to speed, they'll stop taking up additional resources. Hey, you leveled up. Unfortunately, you sold all of your heavy machinery right as you were about to go scavenge a bunch of shit. So you're gonna have, I guess, a little bit less resources, but oh well. Just grabs missiles immediately. You don't have to get the next one on the thing, you can skip around. Too late now. And it's a tutorial, who cares? By the time you get back there, they're gonna have drifted. Oh, I guess for the rest of them. Okay, yeah, sure, that's fine. When you blow them apart, all those pieces, you see how they're scattering out already? The longer that happens, the more difficult it is to get stuff and the less there is. So like, you'll notice with major NPCs when they have huge battles, there'll be a refield of whatever and it's fucking rich of stuff. And then if you come back later, it's all like drifted apart and you barely get anything. I can't believe you're trying to micro the fucking tutorial. Whatever. Alright. Having some weird hotbar issues. Okay, so that's one you can recover. So yeah, because you just picked up like a total piece of shit that has terrible combat readiness. and then your crew will try and get it up to speed. You can take everything. You have tons of space now that you added that giant ship to your thing. It's like a shitty little fighter. This guy. I thought they gave you a hammerhead, though. Keep looking. Oh, there's a carrier. I don't know if you can recover it, though. Oh, you can recover the carrier. It means your ships will operate at lower combat readiness than they would otherwise. So it's not the end of the world, but it does mean that you need to finish fights quicker, and your ships aren't going to be as good in combat. Yeah, the game just said combat readiness. Oh, that's the hammerhead. Fuck yeah. Yeah, but they're all garbage bullshit ships. They're fucking trash. They have all those shitty hull mods. And they probably... I don't know if they even have guns. They probably have guns. But maybe not every slot. This guy. Alright. I can go, God. Yeah, good luck taking out the pirates. It's a medium carrier, though. It's not like a capital. I hope he, like, fixes you up for free or something. Maybe he'll give you a bunch of money, because you're gonna need some supplies. Need money. Speaking of weapons... Good to see you working on Plan B. So apparently he just gave you a bunch of weapons and storage. Buying on the open market. You disgust me. So you need 252 to hit the skeletal crew capacity. Hold down shift and move the mouse to the left, the right. Oh, it's fully decked out now. Okay. God, I love the hammerhead. That's the one that has the ballistics overdrive that, like, fucking destroys shit. Oh, so great. Yeah, I put dual miniguns on it. I do the safety overrides, so it's a lot faster. And then I fucking fly up right next to some dude, pop the enhanced things, and then just minigun him down. It's a ton of fun. Rid of what? The defects? You go to restore, and then you pay a shitload of money. Because it's more expensive to restore a ship than it is to just buy a brand new one. So basically, you only do it on really fancy stuff. Because it's hard to find. Well, you got your junker fleet. You could always be a total scumbag and shoot out your distress beacon. I don't actually know if that works in the tutorial, but it's worth a try. Oh, you haven't unlocked your distress beacon yet. Never mind, you can't do that. God. 3, 2. So transfer command lets you switch to your capital ship, I guess. Or not. You can always do it in the fight, too. That's not too big a deal. Hit reinforcements. You accidentally canceled out of it. So tab, reinforcements, and then deploy everything. Reinforcements is top right. Or you can just hit G. So once you deploy, then you can hit tab and then transfer command to whatever ship it is you want to lead. And it should be X to transfer command. Whee! Oh shit, you didn't group them. Whoops. No, but you can set your weapons to auto-fire to try and mitigate it. I've done this before. Fucking slow ass ship. God. Up. I don't know if that was you or the drones, though. You might want to fall back and vent. Or just vent there. You have super heavy armor. It's not like they're gonna kill you. Yeah, but it lowers their combat readiness. So many fucking drones, oh my god. If you want to get your guys to support you more, you can go to command, tab over, and right-click an enemy, and they'll more aggressively try and get them. He's coming right at us! Oh, yeah, there he goes. Overload, and he's gone. As you suffered, like, no hull damage. Yeah, you got overloaded, though. Blasted, only lost, like, a quarter. Oh, there go your engines. Your ship looks like a giant fucking... Someone took a brick and just rubbed dirt all over it. Oh, and on the bottom left, it shows you your remaining armor. So if you can get him to, like, shoot your good side, it'll eat up a bunch of damage. Oh, rush him, guys! You may want to tell him to exterminate him with the commands. God, you haven't lost a single ship? What? That's kind of ridiculous. You can transfer command to a fresh ship if you want to get back in the fight. Oh, and they already killed him? Yeah, he's dead. Alright, well. Oh, and then you can even get another crappy-ass ship. Congratulations on Vampwood's Junker fleet defending the sector. Woo! A bunch of fuel. Now, so you don't pay for those brand new ones that you probably don't have supplies for. You can open up your fleet menu and mothball them, which will, like, disable you from using them in combat or for holding stuff. But it, like, totally gets rid of their maintenance costs. I'm gonna get a glass of water, Vampwood. I'll be right back. are black. I'm in charge now. I don't even know if you can make enough money to support what you have at the current stage of the game. I guess if you're really aggressive and taking out bounties and stuff like that. Yeah, but they're worth like fucking nothing if they're junk. You'll get what, like, yeah, 2,000 credits for a ship. Whoa. Does it even have space for weapons? You probably don't need that little shuttle. I don't know. Well, basically everything you have is damaged, but yeah. Oh, when you repair a station, you don't actually pay any extra. It just speeds up the process of naturally repairing. So don't ever feel like, oh, I don't want to repair the station because I'll have to pay more. No, it doesn't work that way. So the number of orange bars is how many defects your ship has. So that hammerhead is actually pretty decent quality, all things considered. I don't know why you like that huge one. I remember you saying in Eve that you hated the bigger ships because they were so lame. It's different? Carrier? For point defense it could, yeah. AI be weird. Well, you can cut down on the amount of capacitors and vents it has. Or capacitors. Reinforced bulkheads as well. Oh, the weapon groups things, yeah. And it, I forgot about that. It kind of messed up the big guy. Yeah, you recovered one. God knows why. Oh, I don't think I told you how to manually set weapons to auto fire. If you go control and then the number, it'll set it, it'll toggle it. Because I've done that before. I've forgotten to set up weapon groups, and then I have to go over and I control and I do it for all my point defense. Or actually just everything, and I just kind of fly around and have the computer auto fire for me. Which could be cool. It's like being opposite of those gunner sequences in Call of Duty, where you're driving the car instead, and the AI doesn't suck dick. I don't know if you noticed, but the AI, you'll really notice how good the AI is when you run into a phase ship. Fuck those things. So many crew. Yeah. There's bounties, trade missions. Oh, I guess we'll find out. They won't attack you. If you scan, they'll confiscate it. Looks vaguely displeased. Well, everything looks fine this time. You're not gonna be able to fight them. Don't even fucking try. Oh, it's because you're still recovering combat readiness. You're at 60. What are you at? 60%? Yeah. You're probably gonna have to mothball some ships. This guy wants to be the fucking Borg and assimilate every ship he kills. You could probably get away with selling the smaller ships and then just use the giant ones to smash into things. It'll be a complete pain in the ass if you want to chase anyone, though. Alrighty. This guy. Check the mission. Well, I guess you're doing the tutorial mission, so. Oh, they don't even have any? Okay. So if you hit tab, it'll tell you where you gotta go. Or is it E? No, tab should show you too. Yeah, E will give you your mission, and then you can hit lay a course from there. Disgusting. Well, you're down from 16 a day to 1. And you still have that distress call. Guys blowing out all this stuff. You can't really turn if your engines are on sustained burn. So hyperspace uses fuel. There's all these nebulas, and sometimes nebulas will have hyperspace storms, where if you're in them, they'll lower your speed and they'll let you lose combat readiness. So a cool thing is auto-resolve battles never risk your ships, which is very good. Otherwise, I would never do it. So you're second in command to handle it. Nice horse. And for each ship you deploy, they lose combat readiness. So you're going to go directly into it. You probably, oh god, if you deploy everything, you're going to have to pay a lot of resources. Deploy my entire fleet against 3 ships when there's already guys fighting them. I guess you can order like half your fleet to retreat. I don't know if that actually prevents them from costing stuff though. If you highlight all your guys and right-click an enemy, it'll set them to kill that guy. Aggressively. You don't need to do it one by one, unless you're like setting them up to go for each target or something. I have no idea. Full assault. Oh god, you jumped in right on top of him. Bye. God, there wasn't even any a hull left. It just completely evaporated. Remember to use your phase skimmer to get up there faster. Your F key. Oh, and there he goes. Rip. Oh, I should talk about shields. So shields, some of them are omnidirectional, like that guy. You see how he can move it around? Some are locked in the front, and then other ones like go around and they encapsulate your entire shield. So like your shields are locked to the front, and his shields he can freely move around. This guy's about to overload, and he's dead. No, you don't want to recover any more ships. Oh god. Mudskippers are really funny though. They have there's like different size weapon mounts, and Mudskippers are like Corvettes, and they have the largest weapon mount slot. Just one though. So they can run like a single like cruiser size or whatever size super gun. But the reactor is so shitty. After they shoot it, they have to vent because otherwise they can't handle how much heat it gives out. Really funny. You would never want to use them though. They're just kind of memey. Oh, you had your transponder turned off? Yeah, people don't trust you when you're running incognito. You like do several circles around this battle. And then you can just launch like 2 fast ships or whatever. That's really good. More games should have it where if you let the computer auto-resolve stuff, there's no chance for you to lose anything. You gotta buy them, you scrub! Finish the damn tutorial, you still have missions. This guy. Or scuttle some of your ships, that'll give you some supplies. God, you have 3 character points. Is that the game, or is there a problem with your computer where it keeps tabbing you out? What, like GeForce pops up or something? Desperate times. Maybe if you do the tutorial, they'll give you some more money. Who knows? Oh, distress beacon! What am I thinking? I completely forgot about that. So the only thing with distress beacons is they have it in the description by standard convention. If you do a distress beacon, people want to meet you in the interior jump point of the system. So whichever one is the closest. They're not gonna like go and try and seek you out. Losing so much money. I don't understand why pirates even have tariffs, but I guess it's like the boss money or something. And there's even a black market in pirate bases. Like, what? I guess these are the pirates that like try to get one over everyone or something. I have no idea. Nobody wants to fuck with you. This fucking guy. It's pretty unlikely you'll actually catch them. Oh wow, you actually caught one. No, my dad's calling me. I'll be... I don't know what he wants, but yeah, I'll gotta go help him. Going!